Hi there, it's Shell and Clint.
Hola!
Really?
What was that? Oh.
Oh, you guys. That was totally unexpected.
Oh, I was thinking, buongiorno.
Bonjour.
That's what I was thinking about last week. But...
Oh. So anyways, hi. I tell you, Clint just woke up from a nap and he's been like quiet and trying to wake up, and then he does that.
Yes, I did, and I'm happy I did it too.
He cracks me up.
No regrets.
No regrets, huh? Well, that's good to know. Okay, guys, so this morning, Clint ran to work. I woke up again, and I kind of have tendonitis kind of like in my arm. It feels like what happens is when it starts, if I sleep on it too hard or something, it really is painful, and I don't know I'm sleeping on it, so, you know, I did that.
I don't know how she can do
the last
that.
2 or 3 nights, and it was really, really bad this morning. So I've been on pain pills, and I put on that, I think it's like a, what is it, ibuprofen rub or something?
Yeah, it's diclofenac.
Diclofenac, and somebody had mentioned some kind of rub, and I found out that it's kind of the same thing.
It's the name brand.
Yeah, it's the name brand. So, dang, what I did, I have to tell you guys what I did.
Uh-oh.
Well, I went through and I cut tons of dyes, but when I'm picking it up off the, kind of off the mat, it kind of goes up underneath your fingernails. So underneath this fingernail and underneath this fingernail is so sore today, and I just keep hitting it over and over. It's just like, that's just where it's supposed to go. I don't know. You guys know how it is. Anyways, I did save some of the dyes for myself, but most of the dyes, and some of them will go out like in little thank you bags, but most of the dyes, I didn't want to send my subscribers that win those 3 boxes just plain, you know, yellow paper, blue paper, purple, these colors. So what I did is I just pulled out a bunch of kind of generic dyes that I thought, you know, you guys might be able to use. And I cut a bunch of things out. So I wanted to kind of show you what I did. And I do have a Gemini, and it's so nice, you know, because it's electric. So I don't have to crank anything, and it didn't really upset my arm too much. So I do have some of these little mason jars dyes, and I really didn't make any to put in my store, and the reason why is because I don't know, I mean, can you sell dyes that you cut yourself, or is that a no-no? You know what I mean? Even though you've purchased the dyes, can you go ahead and make some to sell? I don't know.
That's sure is the question.
Yeah, so that's the question of the day. So anyways, I just cut out a bunch of dyes, and what I'm doing now is I really wanted some of these little tags, because today we're going to make library pockets, and I thought it'd be kind of fun to show you guys how I made my library pockets, and how I can kind of adapt them for any size. So look at these though. Sorry, I had to take a break. Kitty cats. I ordered this dye a while back, and I think there's like 9 little kitty cats in there. So I had to put kitty cats in every package that when I send out a thank you card or a thank you package, there'll be a kitty cat in each one of them. So that was so cute. I love kitty cats, as you guys well know. But we do also have a lot of new subscribers, thanks to Miss Gayle. So if you came over from Miss Gayle's channel, welcome. Hope you guys like cats. But yeah, it's been a pretty good day. Clint had to run and do a job, and I thought it wouldn't take him that long, but he left here about what, 7:30?
I got there at 8.
He got there, yeah. So yeah, so it takes 45 minutes to get down there, and then he didn't get home till almost noon. Or was it afternoon?
You know, it was afternoon, actually.
Yeah, because... So, he ended up having a long day, and he was like... As soon as he walked in, he says, I'm going to go work on ink blenders, but I told him, you've got to take a break. Because he hasn't had kind of a rest day, and he really needs those to kind of recover from his, you know, with his fibromyalgia and stuff. And I also had this little bird. I think I got this bird one at Tuesday mornings. But I was hoping I had some more little tags. And then I did some of these Tim Holtz. So those of you who win the boxes will have some of each one of these. Maybe not the cats. I don't think I put cats in there. But I'll have to fix that. Okay, so, well, what we do have 2 different sizes of little tags, and I thought that would be kind of fun. And then I also thought, oh, I'm going to show you what I'm making. Here's my little box. A lot of things that we buy seem to come with these boxes that have like a magnet, which is really nice, especially when you have animals that you kind of have to put everything in something. So I'm just going to use that, or I use those. But we're just going to make little tiny library cards. And I thought, you know, if I could make these and then put a little tag in there, you know, essentially you're done. So I still keep hitting up underneath my fingernail.
What did you do again?
It was just the papers go underneath your fingernail and like push into your or into your nail bed, and it just gets really sore. That's what I did today.
How did I tell you Jim Bob got bit by a brown recluse, I think?
Oh no.
On his toe.
Jim Bob got bit by a brown recluse on his toe. Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, he showed me a picture of it.
Oh, that's not good. So anyways, that's okay. I haven't really seen Clint. When he got home, he did bring some fried burritos for lunch. And then I kind of had a headache, so I laid down and we both took a nap. So he's kind of filling me in on what he's heard today. But yeah, these, you can either make them into little tiny paper clips, or you can just, you know, put them in here, put your little tag in here, and then put them in a little pocket or something like that. That one's a little bit big, but you know, we can still make them work. And I wanted to kind of show you guys how to make them individualized. So, you know, whatever size you want. If you wanted just one the size of a ticket, you know, I'm going to kind of show you how to do that. So, so I have those awesome boxes right there, but I was thinking it would be really nice to use up some of the double-sided paper, and that way you kind of have just a really nice finished looking, sorry, I have to think what I'm talking about, card or envelope, library pocket. And I knew some of you guys were probably missing Clint. If not, sorry about that, but he's back today. I went ahead and waited until he got back to do the video, because I know a lot of people really like listening to him jabber. Don't ask me why. But look at these. Ooh, some of these are so pretty. So I think I'm just going to take just a couple of sheets. Maybe I'll take this purple one, so we have kind of a front and a back on that one, and then maybe one more. That way this one isn't too long. I have had a couple of suggestions on videos, so I am kind of planning some more, just some different type of videos. And my friend Lisa suggested one, and one of my other friends suggested another one that was pretty interesting, and I thought, you know, we could all benefit from those. So that'll be in the near future. Look at this one. This one's kind of fun. Let's see. I'm just going to look and see if there's anything else. Some of them are really, really thick, like this one. It's really, really hard cardstock, and, you know, you can score it, and it would probably be just fine. but I don't really want the cracking and stuff, so I'm not going to really use that right now. So here's a pretty butterfly. So yeah, let's do those 3. And we're just, you know, I'm just kind of talking you through this. What I am going to do is, let's do a long tag first. This one is, I think this came from the Tim Holtz set of tags. Here guys, just a little bit closer just in case I'm missing ya. And I'm not really sure. I have tons of dies. In fact, I have this big die board that I put this big magnet on it, and it's not big enough for all my dies. So that means Clint's gonna have to make me another one.
Say, so that means I'm gonna have to do that too on top of the blenders, on top of
Yeah, Clint got quite a few orders today thanks to Miss Gayle, so he was happy.
Yeah.
Okay, so our length of this one is, say, 1.5, and I think once it was closed up that would work perfectly. So what I want to do is I kind of want to, you know, this is the main part of my library pocket. So then I'm going to kind of figure out about where I want. So I want about another half would work, but I think I want a third. So I'm just going to do, let's say 2¼ inches by 3/4. So 2¼ and we'll see if I measure correctly. You guys know how it is, by 1/4, and then, or 3/4. So let's go ahead and do 1 inch. So this would be the height of it. Yeah, and then we want it to be about 1 inch. So, am I making any sense? Okay, so I'm going to show you guys. So this is what you're going to start out at, making your library pocket. So I'm going to go ahead and score it. Let's see, 2¼ and you can either, you know, kind of measure. I'm going to go ahead and measure it for you guys. That way you kind of have an idea of where I'm going. I think I'm going to do 2/3 is where I'm going to score it at. There. And then this should kind of fit perfectly right in there. So that wasn't too hard. And then I am just going to score just a little bit on either side. So I'm not sure. I think it's like 2/16 or something, which would be what, 1/8. And I think I totally already messed up because I think it's going to be too thin if I do that.
Don't mind her, she just woke up.
I did just wake up because, well, I had a lot of Etsy questions, and I was reading my book. You know what? Ow! Sorry, it went underneath my fingernail again. It's going to be too tight. Okay, we're going to try that again. I love you too, honey. Okay, so this was about 1/3. Let's go ahead and do, I think I did do 1 inch though, didn't I? Okay, let's do it a little bit longer. Let's do 1¼ I don't know what I'm doing, guys. You know how it is.
Gonna be one of those days.
It's gonna be one of those videos, isn't it? Okay, and see, what I was doing is going by, can you see that? The largest line there. I'm gonna go with the small line and just kind of line that up. Oops, I don't want to cut it though. And I'm just using my score blade think I got that. Yeah, there it is. And then this time it'll probably be too large. And then I wanted to, I think I went 3/4 of an inch here. We're going to try this and see if it works. This is kind of different than what I did last time, but you know, there's different ways to kind of make these. And I did have, here it is, my bone folder. Okay, so if I put it like that, that'll work. Okay, so I did about 2/8 of an inch fold on either side, and then up 3/4 of an inch. So now we're going to use our scissors. Once you kind of get the first one kind of figured out, you know, and get the math done and all that stuff, it's really not that difficult.
You're not using my fabric scissors, are you?
I am not using your fabric scissors, little stinker. Because you're not the only one that would yell at me. Everybody would yell at me if I used your fabric scissors.
Yes, they would, wouldn't they? Oh my God, she's using clipped scissors. Oh boy, it's gonna hit the fan when he gets home.
But you guys wouldn't tell him, would you?
Oh, I could just see all the comments now. Clint, you ain't gonna believe what she did.
Yeah, I could never get away with using his fabric scissors. So what I did is, you know, even though I went up 2/8 of an inch and folded it over, I just cut it down to the 3/4 of an inch fold and kind of mitered my corners or whatever it's called, I don't know. And then there you go. So, and then I am going to use this because I'm not sure where my other one is.
What do you mean, honey?
Nothing.
Oh.
I got this. Just kidding. But I really do like to kind of round my corners. I feel like that, you know, works kind of nice. And then there is our library pocket. And then our little tag is going to fit in there pretty good. I'm going to bring you guys down so you can see, you know, easier maybe on the next one. I tend to kind of keep you guys far away so that you can see more of the area and I can kind of stay in frame, but I know some people have asked me to please do it closer, so let's try that and just see what we can do.
I'm gonna go outside and cover my...
Okay.
Well, I'm probably gonna make a couple cuts while I'm out.
There might be a package out there. Could you look?
Yeah, do you mean it now or when I come back?
Whenever you come back,
geez.
it's fine. Sorry, he just stood up.
No, I just fell.
And then he fell. So let's go ahead and talk about this one. This one's about 1 inch. So if I do like 1.5 inches, would be too big. So let's do 1 1/4 inches, and then we'll do another half. So 1 3/4 inches high. And I just kind of work it out on my own. I don't, you know, put too much, I don't know, math into it, I guess. And then I'm going to do another 1/2 inch. So I want 1.5 inches wide. Does that make sense? So because we did 1 3/4 inches, when I fold that 3/4 up, I should have 1 1/4 inches left. Or I guess I would fold 1/2 inch up, then I would have 1 1/4 inches left, and now we're doing the sideways, so I need 1 inch for it to fit, and then 1/8 like on either side. So 1 inch, I'm going to do 1.5 inches. Am I totally messing you guys up? So 1 1/4 inches by 1.5 inches. And that is so crooked. still crooked. Okay, we're gonna try it and hope that I can get it to work. Okay, so 1 3/4 inches. So I know that needs to go up like that, and then I did 1.5 inches, and then again I'm just going to score going into that first line there, score the first line here, and then I also want to score this part because this part is going to fold up at 1/2 inch, which is about right there, and we'll see how it works out. Sorry, you guys couldn't even see that. That's another problem about doing this so low. I wasn't even in frame. We'll do that again. So what I did, and then we'll see if I'm gonna get it to work. Now you don't have to score it. The one I did before, I really didn't score. I just kind of folded it, and that worked fine too. But I was trying to figure out how to do it, you know, a little bit easier. And see, then this little guy is going to go right in there, and that's going to be like a perfect size. So now I need to cut out this kind of 1/8 inch down. So I'm just going to cut that straight down to where that line intersects, and then just kind of do a little V-shaped thing. And the same thing on this side, and we'll just cut that out of there. And then I am going to do my corner rounder because I really love that look. Again, that's not necessary. And then we're gonna just glue that shut, and we have our little library tag. So I'm going to show you guys that again. Now typically I would be writing notes so that when I, you know, come back and stuff, then I could do that. But I'm going to use my art glitter glue and go ahead and glue this. But I haven't, because I'm kind of showing you guys how to figure it up once I remember how to do it myself, you know. So we are supposed to get some rain today, and Clint has a saw, kind of large saw outside, so he wants to make sure we get it covered up. I think it's supposed to rain all day tomorrow too. I hope so. I actually told him that, I said, oh, we're supposed to get snow today, but I meant rain. But it was funny. He's like, I wish it'd snow. I think we're still a little ways off from snow, though I do have a new friend on YouTube that I was talking to, and she lives up north, closer to Denver, and she was telling me that she wishes it would snow.
I wish it would snow.
That's why I was telling them. I told you that it was supposed to snow.
The chickens are hollering at me.
I heard them hollering. So isn't that cute? So I think that is really cute. And then this one, I don't think it really goes with that blue stripe one, but you know. Then I'm going to show you again how I would do this. And of course you can do your distress ink, things like that if you wanted to. And ta-da, like that. So they're kind of simple. Let's discuss it again now that you're so close. And you didn't see anything I did. So shall we make one out of this? Let me change this one. It just bugs me. But it's kind of just, you know, especially if you have like a little punch, it's kind of fun to be able to make them into the size that you want them to be. So, let me see. Let's do one of these long ones again. Short ones. Long ones. I don't know. So, this is about 1.5. And so, I want 2 1/4 is what I'm going to do. Right? 2 1/4.
Sounds right to me, dear.
You're not even paying attention.
I always pay attention to you.
He does always pay attention to me, and he's sweet. Okay, so 2 1/4. And we already have 1/2 inch, so let's do 1 1/2. So this one I'm going to do 2 1/4 by 1 1/2. Okay. And then, am I even staying in frame? There you go. So I went ahead and cut it. This is the
Hi, honey. Okay.
cutter and scorer that I'm using. I really like
come
that.
here.
Here, Bubba, he's like, Daddy,
Okay.
Daddy.
Hey,
Okay, so this is going to go like this. And so it was, I got to find a spot, 1 1/2. So at 1 1/2, just under 1 1/2, I think I'm going to do my score. There. And so this is kind of how it's going to be. There's my score. Then this guy will fit, should fit in there pretty well. It's not too bad. Did I do it right? Yeah, I did it right. And then, see this first line right here? I am just going to kind of line that up. And then I'm going to score there. I'm going to flip it. Line this one up. And score there. And then I am just going to fold those in. Like that. And like that. And then we are going to cut off the long piece at the fold. So, trying to see that. There it is. Just like a little angle. And then straight up. Straight down, and an angle. And then I'm going to angle the bottom piece as well. That way it just kind of folds nice. And then do my corner rounder. Hopefully this will fit, so I'm going to go ahead and put my art glitter glue. So Georgia, I did look for my my gem, you know, my bead for my pin, and I can't find it. So I either have to make another one, because what I do is I forget to put the pin right back in, and then I lose the pin. Clint's found like 5 pins in the last couple of days.
thank God, not the hard way.
Yeah, not the hard way. He sees them before he steps on them. Yeah, so that's why I don't want to just use a pin, you know, without it being attached to something. So I just have to remember where I put that. But I am fixing to do a major haul in my room. So you could do that. I probably should have went to the second line on my thing when I did the side scores. That would have worked too. In fact, this might even work for this one. It's a little bit tall, but so I mean, they're pretty simple. So let's just go ahead and make up a few. We still have a little while. I know you guys like to sit and hear me, listen to me ramble. So, or not. Okay, so I should write that down.
What do you need to write down?
I got me a pen. Okay, so the next time I measure it, because I already forgot what I said, I will write it down. So again, that was 1 1/2 and 3/4. So it's 2 1/4. 2 1/4 by 1. Was it 1? 1 1/2. Let's just do 1. And that way I think that and then score at 1.5. I think just over 1.5 inches, and I think that's why it was a little bit tight. And then score at first line on each side. And then let me kind of figure out this one. It was 1.25, so I'm going to do 2 inches, 2 inches by 1.5, score at 1.25, and then score at first line on each side. Okay, so I'm going to see how my instructions work out. You guys know how I am. Not everything I do is so perfect. Which is good, because who wants to be perfect, right? Okay, so 2.25, 2.25 by 1 inch. And I'm just going to cut a bunch. That way we kind of... Should I do that, or should I? I'm going to have faith in myself, right? Okay, and we'll just do several. I might mess up and just have a whole bunch of rectangles, you never know. But, you know, if you're not doing the assembly line, like I tend to, you're not going to, you know, knock out several of them. And I like to do the assembly line so I can, you know, make quite a bit of them. So, let's do that. Let's do one more, I think. Okay, so we have those. And then let me go ahead and cut these at 2 inches by 1.5. Because we are still building up our stash, and I'm trying to still use my scraps to build up our stash. Let's see, is that going to be... I think it might be too short. Okay, so we'll get 3 of those. That's okay. Oh, and then I'm going to score each of these. This one is I'm going to score at 1.25 here. What?
Oh, I see.
Oh. And then 1.25. And then 1.25. And then the yellow ones I think are 1.5. Yeah. And then all those will be the same. 1.5. Like I said, you don't have to do this. You can just kind of finagle it and just kind of do it yourself without scoring. But since I have this now, it's kind of nice to score it. Or you can pull out your Martha Stewart's scoreboard or whatever and score it that way. Just however you can get, you know, the folds. Okay, so all those are done, hopefully correctly. Oops, that wouldn't have been done correctly. 1.5. Okay. So we have those scored. Now I am going to flip it. In that very first line, I'm going to line this up. And then I'm going to check it just to make sure that I'm not just wasting my time by doing them all, you know. Oh man. Got crooked. Okay, let's see. I think that's going to work. I bent it, so that's okay though. and then here.
Okay, I rolled the dough.
And then this should fit pretty much right there. And I think even, yeah, the folds and stuff I think are going to work okay. So that's pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and do that on each one of these. I think I'm going to go just a little bit shy of that line, just to make sure that it's not too tight. But see how easily it is to just knock a bunch of these out.
Eyes won't focus.
Was it raining?
No, now it's kind of cleared up.
Oh man.
Well, it's just starting to build up.
So.
It was just east of us.
Oh, okay. So it's supposed to rain pretty much the next couple of days. So we'll see. That would be awesome. But this morning, or was it? Yeah, I think it was this morning, I saw that my apricots look like they're almost done, which means I'm going to have a big apricot picking time.
Man, I know what that means.
That means you have to climb up in the tree.
I'm always the one that gets volunteered to climb up this tree. 51 years old, I shouldn't be climbing in the tree.
Well, I don't know what else to
You know,
tell
the
you.
bad part is I climb in a tree wearing my moccasins. Okay, part?
He does, and he'll climb in the pear tree. But my friends, they're 60, and they're always yelling at him to quit climbing in that tree, so they keep, you know, trying to figure out all these ways to keep him from climbing in the tree and stuff. But even though, you know, we get that long stick to that long fruit picker thing, even though we get that, it doesn't reach the very top one, so Clint still climbs up in the tree.
Yeah.
He's always volunteered to climb up in the tree. The good thing with the apricot tree is it's not really that big.
No, it's not very tall, that's for sure.
Yeah, I don't even know if you could climb up in there.
Yeah, I don't know. That one's going to be kind of a challenge.
So, and then I'm just going to kind of cut these down. But I am so excited about apricot jelly or apricot jam. Oh, I'm so excited. Because like I said in an earlier video that we have lived here for 21 years. And the very first time we came to look at the house, the owner's brother was here picking apricots. And so, but that was 21 years ago. Since then, we have not had any apricots to harvest. I mean, we might have had 4 or 5 or something, but not a, you know, most of them freeze every year, but not this year. I'm so excited. I'm usually begging people, do you guys have apricots?
Luckily, you know, with my job, I know some people. So.
Yeah, Clint knows a lot of people, so usually he can kind of find like a tree that no one wants to harvest or something. But we haven't had any in the last couple of years, and I am totally out of apricot jam. I'm so excited. I know I keep saying that, but I'm so excited.
You know, I mean, I don't like apricots, but didn't you make it? Yeah, apricot jelly, but it didn't quite, so it was a little bit more like a syrup.
A syrup, and then I would make
that stuff was good.
And then I made homemade yogurt, and oh my gosh, Clint ate all my apricot jelly.
They're so good. I put it in
because
that
it's just the, you know, the perfect tartness, the perfect sweetness, and it just really did good on the homemade yogurt.
Oh man, that's good stuff.
So we may have to make some more yogurt too.
That'd be nice.
But yeah, so, and I've ran into several people who said I could have their apricots this year, so I'm so excited. I haven't even looked to see if our apples or anything, because we have apple trees too, and I haven't even looked to see if they're
I don't know.
growing or anything. We just I just gave away a bunch of rhubarb to my best friend. I need to ask her how it turned out. I didn't even ask. But
Yeah, I'm sure.
we have, you know, when we moved in here, they had one apricot tree, 2 apple trees. We have a huge pear tree down at the road. Currant bush. Is that all we have?
Yep.
I guess it is. But, you know, it's just a nice, just enough for us. I mean, there's only 2 of us, so. But yeah, it's almost harvest season for the, plus he's been buying peaches, and like a box of peaches is $50.
Yeah,
But yeah, it was 50, or pretty close to 50.
Yeah, I think it was right about 40.
Might have been 45. Well, because we
Yeah,
bought,
that's right.
we bought those and 4 tiny cucumbers, and it was 50 total.
Yeah, that's right.
So, sorry, we're
I
kind of
need to get
jacked.
another box too because.
But then I was thinking too, homemade peach jelly. Yum. So I think it's going to be a fun year, and we don't have our freezer set up, so it's not like I can just take the stuff and freeze it, and then when it's cooler out, make jelly or whatever, because I don't have a freezer. So we do need to replace our freezer, or do what, babe?
So we're gonna have to can.
We're gonna have to can
more
some
than
stuff,
freeze.
but I do like having like a back stock of things in the freezer.
Did you set up the noodles, by the way?
I did not, because I don't think they need to be like thawed.
I made homemade noodles.
Clint made homemade noodles a few weeks ago, and I found some like stew meat, so I'm gonna make a homemade beef stroganoff served over his noodles for supper.
I love doing all that. I make homemade pasta.
We make a lot of homemade stuff.
Yeah.
Well, you know, our closest town is that we really go to buy groceries is 25 miles away, and we just got in the habit of cooking. We don't really eat fast food unless we're, you know, out for the day or something, and we still go in to sit at restaurants. We don't eat a lot of McDonald's or Burger King, anything like that.
No.
But I make a lot of stuff from scratch. I was telling Clint the other day, because I make like homemade pie crusts and stuff, and I told him, you know, it's probably not that popular for people to make, you know, stuff like we do you know, for people in the big cities and stuff. But I cook a lot like my grandmother did, and I kind of have her ability to cook. My sister would always say, Michelle, we're coming to visit, and I want,
Yeah.
what is it?
Yeast rolls.
She wants homemade yeast rolls, and she wanted, I think we celebrated Christmas and Thanksgiving and my birthday all at one time, so we had every, you know, all the foods that we would have for all 3 of those things. My sister's a nut. I don't know where she got it from.
Yeah,
Hush.
it sure does make you wonder, babe.
Okay, so now I am just chomping my corners. Miss Georgia gave me a corner chomper, but I put it away, and I know where it is. I see it actually, but this was closer, I guess, and so I grabbed it. And I use the smallest corner rounder that I can. So this one has 1.5 and 1 1/4. So I'm using 1 1/4, and I think that one was actually smaller. Let me look. She gave me this. We are memory keepers. Let's try it. The 4mm. See how it works. Ooh, nice. Let me turn it. I don't know. There we go. That turned out pretty good. So you can use whatever, and of course you don't have to, you know, chomp your corners, trim them or anything. But I really like that look. Let's see. Oh, that kind of didn't work out very well. Oopsie.
Carol, if you're watching, let me know what kind of sewing machine you got.
Yeah, Carol, if you're watching, let Clint know what kind of sewing machine you got. He sent you a message to email him on my email, which is shellratcliffe@gmail.com. But we haven't received your message, so if you send it, be sure and check that it has the E on the end, because sometimes people will send us stuff and misspell our last name, but it's the rat jumped off the cliff with an E.
I love that. I came up with that one.
I came up with that.
No, you didn't.
I did so when we first got married. I did.
I wonder. The package is here, brother.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Yeah, I'm not going to have to get it.
really? That was
Well,
not.
not right now. I got a cat on my lap.
Oh, there. It just arrived.
He's right here. The
Okay.
card is. Honey, look at card.
I thought you meant it was out there when you
No.
walked in and you just left
Oh,
it.
I wouldn't do that. Honey, look at this.
What you doing?
He's watching that guy.
Oh. I came up with that though because
I believe you.
Clint's forgetting what he
Getting old.
he's
You're
getting
right.
old. I'm using art glitter glue. That's my favorite kind of glue, but I used the wrong pen, so it's kind of rusty. So sorry. I am gonna fix that, Georgia. I promise.
I wouldn't count on it.
Yeah, she's probably not counting on it either. She's like, whatever, Michelle. Huh, Georgia. She's sweeter though than that. She's not mean like you were, honey.
Oh, that's okay.
That's okay.
I'm mean enough for both.
Oh, good grief. So that one's a little floopy. And it was a little tight anyway, so I'm just going to toss it. I know, I could have used it. What did I buy?
Well, I'm going to go get it, I guess. The card's off my lap.
Did he leave it all the way at the road?
Holy cow, what the heck?
Oh, you know what? I bet it was my, he went outside and he's like, holy cow, what'd you buy? I bet it was my, shelving unit that I got for my back bedroom, because I'm kind of stacking stuff on the floor and I have like one whole wall that, I'm not really using, so I got one of those 12 by 12 cube stacking shelves things, and I bet I wonder if he had to go all the way out to the road. We live like 200 feet off the road, so it's not a short haul. I thought he meant that he saw my package and just left it, outside. Usually they bring it all the way up to the house, but he's not going to be happy if he's out there carrying that big package. But my cats always run and hide, so some of them are. So those are kind of fun, and because I did them in the size of the little tags that I already have, they will,
Said I got work to do.
huh? Oh yeah,
Said I have work to do.
yeah, it's my
And
shelving
again, I
unit,
don't
isn't it?
ask
Could you?
him, what the heck is that woman buying? He said it's big, it's heavy, and you got work to do. Oh.
Did you bring it in?
No, I can't lift that by myself. He wouldn't even let me carry it.
Aww.
He carried it all the way up here.
Wow.
I said, well, have her help me carry it in. Oh,
Sorry about that, baby.
oh no, that's all right. I got a crap load of work to do anyway.
But I really wanted to get that wall organized, is what I was telling him. I was telling him, oh, but it wasn't supposed to be delivered until tomorrow, so.
Oh, really?
So if you're home tomorrow.
I'm home tomorrow. I already looked.
Oh, did you talk to Mr. Jeff?
Yes, I did.
Cool, so we're going to stay home tomorrow. Clint's going to be working on ink blenders and putting up a shelving unit.
Well, here, you brought crap.
Oh, hold on. My fingers are kind of gluey.
Oh,
I can show you guys what I just got, so.
you bought baking powder?
Yeah. I buy a lot of stuff on Amazon because we have that Prime,
Oh,
and, pretty much they deliver straight to your door. in like 2 days, and sometimes we don't even leave the house, especially during the winter, for like weeks. So when we're running low on toilet paper, I can just order from Amazon.
You tell them you're going to do some doily digital?
No, I am going to do some doily digitals, now that Clint reminded me.
Pick them up. Oh, we don't have any
Since
motion.
they're correct. There's 2, I think, up in there.
I got to roll my windows.
Okay.
Right.
So anyways, here are some different, little different ones. Let me put these little guys in here, just so you can kind of get a feel for it. Hopefully, I kind of explained how I would go about making these. And, you know, you don't have to have tags that already fit in there, though it is nice. But, you know, just get you a piece of paper and just say, you know, I want one that, you know, will fit this piece, and then just kind of work it into the math. So I go up about 3/4 of an inch, whatever size it is, and then I go out an extra 1/2 inch. So if that makes sense. So if this is like an inch, I would do 1 3/4 inches, and then the width I would do about 1.5 inches. So then we put like 1/4 on each side to fold over, and then the 3/4 folds over this, and then you'd have a perfect size little pocket. Most likely, unless you're like me and you don't do your math properly. So anyways, let me show you guys what I got. Should I show you how to put a paper clip on these? You guys know how to do that, right? You just put a paper clip on another sheet of paper, like the same thing here. So say I would put like a small paper clip here, and then whatever side had the small part of the paper clip, I would cover that side with glue, and then just glue it on so that the large piece goes the way you want it to. So if you wanted it to go on the back of a page, I would glue it so that the loop is kind of on the bottom. And always double check that, because if you don't, then you'll do it upside down, and then your pocket will be upside down and your thing will fall out. Ask me how I know. Okay, so let me show you what I got. This is from like I said, Amazon, and I will put a link below if you're interested in any of these. But I had to order some stuff, I think. Anyways, these were like 2 packages for not much money. And so these are the botanical layers. Let's kind of open them. But I've been using the paper dolls a lot, and I thought, you know, it would be really nice to have something else. So let's kind of move my stuff out of the way. And then, I mean, really pretty, but both of these are the same, but they're just some botanical stuff, and I thought that would be kind of a nice change. So they're not stickers, they're just use your glue. Do what? Oh, Jazzy?
Yeah, her front half is so wet.
Poor thing.
God.
But yeah, so this is kind of fun. Does it say how much is in here? A curated collection for salvaged elements used for layering. 83 pieces in this one. So that's kind of fun. Now I got to figure out where I'm going to put those so I don't lose them, and can find them again at a later date. And then I also got these. This is an eclectic collection of printed memorabilia. 63 pieces. I just received these, so I will put, like I said, a link to Amazon below if you're interested in these. Let's see.
Go grab that
I just thought they would be, okay, I just thought they'd be really fun to kind of add into some of your ephemera and stuff. I think I just felt the need to get something that day. I don't remember. It's kind of like, I want to buy something, and so that's what I bought.
Just means I have to work harder.
That just means Clint has to work harder, and he's been working pretty hard, so he's okay with that.
I'll be back.
So this is kind of fun, just little, you know, bits and pieces of memorabilia. So I hope you guys liked these cute little library pockets. I hope I, like I said, explain them so that you can understand them. And let me find them again. I stacked all my stuff on it. And Clint's talking about doing a video sometime in the near future. He has some things he wanted to show you guys and wanted to chat with you guys. We both like to ramble, so
Oh, I'm going to do that one tomorrow.
perfect. He's going to do a video tomorrow, he says. So be a perfect time, and it gives me a little bit of a break. What, my little pockets?
Yeah, but those,
Aren't those cool?
that's really neat. I like that.
Yeah, so this is just a Tim Holtz. They're just little
Yeah.
cardstock pieces, yeah.
Huh.
So that was kind of fun. So anyways, thanks for watching. Be sure and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And give this video a thumbs up. It helps out our channel. And we will see you guys in the next video. See you soon. Bye.
Adios.